Evening, everyone. It's 6:18, and this is your closing comment for Wednesday the 9th, and it is video number 803. I'm just going to remind you, I put a lot of work into all these videos, so if you appreciate that work, please hit the subscribe button. It really helps support us. Okay, so the market was pretty much down most of the day, and was, again, the internals were kind of split with the market, with the Dow down 153, or almost a 0.5%. Advanced declines were only 1.2 to 1 down. And it was the same for the NASDAQ, which was only down 13. S&P was down 771. The Russell, which has been leading on the upside in a big way, was down 1663, or 0.7%. So, not a lot of give back there. But the transports were down hard again. Down 192 and a quarter, or 1.25%. And the Dow stocks were kind of interesting all day because a lot of the big names were lower, even when it was, basically unchanged early. For the Dow Jones, we had 7 up, 22 down, and Intel unchanged. But the names that were down, Caterpillar shaving 36 Dow points, Boeing 31, Home Depot 24, American Express 16, Honeywell and Travelers 13. So they weren't big moves, but they did add up, and on an advanced decline basis, they did heavily weight the Dow to the downside. On the upside, we had Amgen, which has been a big loser lately, bouncing back 18 Dow points, Johnson & Johnson up 14, and IBM and Merck up 11 each. The Johnson & Johnson were part of the J&J, Merck, Pfizer, Moderna, the government agreeing to buy vaccines and distribute it to countries that couldn't afford it. Those stocks were up basically about 2.3%. The big mover today, or several of the big movers today, earnings. Restoration Hardware, after the close, it had closed at 611.33, down 17.5, came out with a beat both top and bottom line and good guidance. The stock then traded from that 611 all the way up to 660, and the last is 652 and change, up a little over 23, or just under 4%. There was one I mentioned this morning, AEMD, which is a biotech. They have a product called hemopurification, and they put out information on that. And what was interesting there is that the stock has traditionally been a $2 or $3 stock. It was reversed 1 for 15 about 18 months ago. And the high pre-market today, remarkably, was 18. In the regular market, the range was 1249 to 871, with the last being 935, up 714, or 320%. I don't want to give this any more than it's due. It is somewhat of a breakthrough, but the study only included 2 people. And hemopurification is a filtering of blood to reduce or extract the virus. So while that's really interesting, it's going to take a lot more work. I mean, the stock closed 221, up 417 yesterday, and 935 today. So you can see where that might be a touch overdone. UPS gave guidance that everybody hated. The stock closed 201.06, down 870, or just over 4%. And the meme stocks were substantially lower. Clover, which had a high of 28.85 and a low of 15 and high change, closed 1603, down 616, down 28%, although for the week it's still up 78%. AMC, which had a high yesterday of 60.62, had a range today of, or it closed at 45, down 10, or 18%. That one is slightly lower on the week. And GME, 302.56, up 256, after the close, traded way down to 273, down about 26. The group was, as I said, on the weak side, with AMC down, as I said, about 14%. GME coming back a little, down only 16 now, but well off the high. We had Clover, which had a high, as I said, of 28 and change, currently trading 16.98. So that one's come up just a little. Wendy's is a non-issue. Everybody loved it yesterday. Everybody hated it today. 25.50, down 337. And another new name, Context Logic, Wish, 1107, down 56 cents, but that one also had a fairly substantial range, with a high of 15 and a low of 1010. As I said, last is 1105, down 5%. Over on the future side, we had a kind of an interesting day. The oil really tried to move up today. Didn't get very far, was as high as 70.62, closed down just 9 cents at 69.96. After the run it's had, that's a pretty decent showing. However, the only part of the entire energy complex that was up was our nat gas, and I'm going to show you that one as soon as I can get to it. There we go. And after yesterday's big run and close towards the low, it closed up just a tenth of a penny with an inside day, but tonight is already up 270. The high yesterday was 316.80. A break through that, I think, would probably set us to that 320, 322 area. Bitcoin, to be an absolute technical trader on it and a chartist, all I can say is what I said yesterday. It bounced, it held on the 200-day moving average. It tested it again this morning and turned up, closed near the high, higher than the day before yesterday's close, and it is a little higher. In the grand scheme of things, this is a higher low and possibly a test. We really won't know unless it goes through all of these closes, which are in the 38.9 area. We're a good distance away from that, 3,000 away from it. But today's range was about 4,500, so it's clearly doable in a day. Dollar was slightly higher. Bonds were up 3/4, and tomorrow is Thursday, and Thursday is claims day, initial and continuing, but we also have the CPI number coming tomorrow morning and the Treasury budget forecast. So that's where we are. Hope everyone had as good a day as we did. We also had a pretty nice day in Starbulk, SBLK. We own the calls there. The stock actually looks pretty darn good to me. It's been consolidating for the last couple of days, as you can see. Bounced off the moving average here. This is the 50-day. Bounced up and was up $1.50 yesterday. Was up a little. Pardon me, that wasn't yesterday. That was the day before yesterday. It tested again and closed up on the day. Today, up slightly with a short range. But if we can get above this $22 area, I think the stock has 25 written all over it. All right, everyone. Hope you had a good day. We'll be back first thing in the morning with those numbers and the pre-opening comment. And don't forget to subscribe.